Cancelled.
Schweezy.
So I watched the Maze Runner movies. Did I read the books? No. Did I watch YouTube videos of differences between the books and the movies? Not as much as I should have done. I was like actually in research mode on all this shit. And like there's like questions I had about it, and I actually did research to try to figure out the answers. Like, folks, I did everything but read the books. I haven't read a book since 2017. It was because I could read a book at a job I was doing. It was Ron Swanson's, not Ron Swanson's, fucking Rick Offerman's first book he's written with Build Your Own Canoe or something like that. Anyways, then but now I do audiobooks. So I'm not like not reading books or whatever. So don't call me a prude or whatever. So yeah, I watched the Maze Runner series. First of all, I have to say, whoever the fuck owns all the movie rights to these movies needs to figure their goddamn shit out. Like, I understand if like a different studio took over it afterwards. I did one Google search on it and couldn't find anything. So the first movie's on HBO Max. The other two movies, you either have to have like Hulu with live TV. Hulu with live TV. You also have like Fubo TV, like, so it's like TV subscriptions, like basically like that. That's what it was. So I had to download them like on the internet. I just had to find them and I had to download them. Took it to the movie theater with the projector and I watched it. So that's annoying. Someone needs to figure that shit out, the streaming rights. So yeah, I did say I only watched the movies. I didn't read the books, but I did watch some difference between the books and the movies. So, am I the worst YouTube person on YouTube? No. Am I the worst person you're hearing in your ears right now trying to talk about a book series? Maybe. But like, yeah, there is something there, and that's, I've read all the Harry Potter books, and even before, like the books came out. But like, and even then, like when there was stuff that they wasn't really explained well in the movie because it was like a lot of just showing and shit. Like I understood what happened. So I've never been able to see Harry Potter as someone who just didn't know what was going on. I've always kind of like known all the like the really information from the book. So, yeah. So that was that. So I might not make sense when I ask questions. Like you just won't fucking get it. You just don't fucking get it. Shut up. Anyway, so. What is this? What is this series about? So this guy named Thomas, Harry Potter, good protagonist name. Katniss Everdeen, great protagonist. Luke Skywalker. This kid's just name's Thomas. I don't know. You get what I'm saying though, right? Like Luke Skywalker or Thomas. What is Thomas? Well, he's immune to becoming a zombie. Sorry, that was a spoiler. Sorry, if you haven't seen The Maze Runner, sorry, he's immune. He's a special kid, but he's our protagonist, Thomas. You're like, I don't know. Like, his friend's name is Newt. Like, that's a cool name. If you said Newt, I mean, Newt Scamander from Harry Potter. Anyways, though, Thomas, we're going for here. Thomas, he basically walks up and, like, he's being on, like, a little elevator thing, being pulled up to a thing, and you see a zombie attack, and I'm like, what? Like, that's the first thing happens in the movie. Then the second, third movies, they tell you kind of what's going on. Yeah, these are zombies. Thomas gets sent up an elevator into this, like, grassy area called the Glade? Like, yeah, like the plug it in, no, those are two different things. If you remember plug it in, you are a millennial and you are also depressed because you had to go back to that memory, a commercial, which people wish they could have skipped back then. Like that was a happy moment for you. So yeah, basically they call it a glade, and basically it's a grassy area and they all work together to survive and shit like that. And, I guess they make food and shit like that. I guess, one of those but they're basically, this glade is in the middle of a giant maze and stuff like that. So, and basically with the maze is like, you can go in there and try to look for a way out. But when it gets to night, what happens is the doors to the maze closes, and then these spider robot things try to kill you. And so that you're not supposed to be in the maze at night. You can be in the maze during the day. And you have to find a way out. So it's pretty funny from there. But the thing is, when our protagonist, Thomas shows up, his name is Thomas. Shit starts going down. Like he's in the maze one night and he kills a griefer. That's what these spider monster things are. But they survive, and no one's ever survived overnight in the maze because those robotic things are heavy and shit like that. Which that also is with Mino, the best character in the series, which I'll get into in a moment. But and so that, and then the next night the gate doesn't close, mutiny and shit like that. But they figured out a way out. Long story short, they figured out a way out. It's not like there's the exit thing. They mapped out the entire maze. They were there for like a couple of years. Like you're gonna figure out the goddamn maze. So yeah, that's that. And then the movie's going from there. It's from like this society called Wicked, and they're like doing all these experiments because there's a zombie virus outbreak and global warming happened. And basically global warming happened and then the zombie apocalypse happened because of the heat or whatever. They call it the flare. I know they call it the flare. So that's pretty cool. And then the next two movies go out from there. They have to escape, and then it's a rebellion type of situation. All like that. But I love the first movie. The first movie was actually my favorite of all of them because it's like the mystery of the maze. Because it was like the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games was like the arena, and 2 out of 3 books involve that arena. Well, the third one at the end of it, with all the traps and shit like that, it's like also. Regardless, though. So yeah. So the maze. I always thought the maze was just an interesting part. Like, why would someone put you here, and your way out is figuring out a maze? Like, that's a cool mystery. I love a good mystery. But then the last day, it's been all guys sent up there. The last day they sent a woman. And I guess they've had a couple other mazes according to like the second book. There were a couple mazes they're doing this experiment on. One had all guys, one had all girls. But the last day they sent out a guy, and this kid, Eris, he's like the dorkiest motherfucker you've ever seen. Like, not a bad guy, He's the kind of guy, like, he's going to get a hot girl one day, but it's going to be like maybe a little bit later than he should have, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was like with all the girls, and all the girls fucking loved him. Like, I see why that kid was kind of upset when he got sent with all the dudes. You know what I'm saying? The last day in our group, they sent up Teresa, which I guess Teresa and Thomas had a thing going on before they got sent under this thing and got their memories wiped and shit. But realistically, thank God this man wrote this book without this. All right, so tell me you're a guy, you got trapped in like this area, you're kind of living off the land or whatever. You're like 3-4 years in. You see a woman for the first time. That woman's getting assaulted, okay? The R word, not Republican or the other R word, but like the R word that's an SA word, Try not to trigger any algorithms here. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like Teresa would have been graped, if you want to say grape. She would have gotten graped, She would have 100%. Like, you're like, kids going like, autumn. Like, it would have been bad. The fact that those guys were civil with her and nice to her was the most surprising thing out of this entire series that you could have ever fucking made. I'm telling you could ever fucking made that. The guys were like, we just gotta let her rest. Are all women like this? I can't believe we have a woman now. She's been sleeping. We have a woman now. They're just so nice about it. So that's cool. Oh yeah, did I mention like the reason why this Wicked company is after Thomas is because his blood is actually the cure to the zombie outbreak, which I don't know. If like they're like my blood, is it? It's like The Last of Us. Like, we talked a couple weeks ago. The Last of Us. Ellie should have made the decision on if she was willing to die to make a cure for humanity on that. But Joel being like, I don't want Ellie to die. That was the bad choice. The best choice would have been Ellie's consent. That's what The Last of Us is about, consent. But this movie, I'm sorry, my nose is itchy. This movie, I don't even know where I'm at. First of all, and also, Will Poulter played Gally, that fuck in the movie. So I'm going into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He's playing Adam Warlock, which if you don't know anything about Marvel Comics, he's Space Jesus. The space side of Marvel seems like it's going to go nowhere because it seems like James Gunn is just gonna destroy the space stuff with him while he leaves Marvel. But yeah, he's playing Adam. He's playing Adam Warlock in those, and I'm already pissed about him killing Chuck, and then just showing up in the third movie. He's like, yeah, I didn't die. Like, you still killed Chuck though. Like, and and it's like him and Thomas. They're like, his name was Gally, and then our main character's name is Thomas. Okay, it's weird. You know I'm right. And then so you have Thomas showing up and shit like that, and they're like, all right, Thomas, I'll help you. I'm like, you killed Chuck. You thought we forgot that? No, I didn't forget that. I watched those movies one the first night, and then the next night I watched 2 of them. Okay, that's what I did last week. What did you do? Okay, yeah, and then we're just a Gally, be like, hey, Gally, I would have just killed him right on the spot, and then we're like, let's get into a shootout. And we're like, hey, we don't want to kill anyone else. We just wanted to kill that guy. They would have been like, oh, okay, like, we're good. I fucking hated that guy. But Mino was the best fucking character. Like, even at first, he's like, man, it's survival of the fittest, and you're trying to survive the maze. And then, like, he, like, when he realizes Thomas, like, this guy's named Mino. I actually watched an interview from the author. It's Mean Ho. Okay? They got the Asian part right, but Mean Ho. How are you? Mean Ho. Mean Ho. How are you? I was like, hey, Mino. They said Mino. That's how they said it. Best character. He's a badass. The whole third movie is rescuing him. Like, that's the whole thing. I'm like, it's worth it. And then Newt dies, but it's like, but Mino's alive, so it's okay. It's okay. He has, I think he was, Newt, I think that was the kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Probably, don't quote me on that. And then, wait, what did I write? Dude he got struck by lightning and survived in the second movie. He's just, that's fucking badass Mino. And then he's like, all right, he's going to be tortured now and tested on. They're like, he got struck by lightning and survived. I think Mino's okay. And last thing, Giancarlo Esposito. He's in fucking everything. Okay, so he's in this movie. I mean, like, I first saw him in Breaking Bad, which I thought was the first thing like he's ever been known for. I did see him in Community. He did one episode in Community, the video game episode. Breaking Bad, I guess, never called saw. I've only watched the first season of that show. I've heard it got better. Then he was in he was in The Boys, right? And everyone's like, he should play Professor X. I'm like, he'd be a good choice, but I don't know if, like, he stuck around because, like, remember when Benedict Cumberbatch was in everything, and then now he's just doing, like, Doctor Strange and maybe another movie? Maybe he's doing, like, 2 movies, and one of them is a Marvel movie. So he's like, Benedict Cumberbatch just slowed down. He's like, I'm getting this Marvel money now. I can do things I like and do what I like. And I guess because his other acting roles, all he has to do is just like, I'm going to pick projects I like and do those. So that's really cool. And Giancarlo Esposito. And I think from what I heard about his book description, Giancarlo Esposito was probably too old for the role. But, any opportunity to get him into a franchise is welcome. But no, that's the Maze Runner series. Tell me what you think about it, and tell me what you like about it.